We've seen bright sunshine out there all day today. Just a few high thin clouds as we look out from our Monarch sky cam. Temperatures right now are sitting just above freezing, so it has been a little cold. Yesterday was incredibly cold. Today was a little bit easier to handle, in my opinion. Breezes were pretty light until just a few hours ago. Now we have brisk conditions out there now. Temperatures are going to drop way back below freezing tonight. In fact, we'll be back in the teens early tomorrow morning. Now we've got this cold start to the week, but that is not how things are going to stay. The temperature roller coaster is back in force, as it tends to be in the month of March. March can be all over the place, and we've already seen that just the first 3 days, the first 2 days specifically, where we hit mid-50s Saturday, 26 on Sunday, today 34, and then we're talking, you know, potentially taking a run at mid-50s or even higher before the week is done. We've got our next storm system on the way with heavy rain and gusty wind for Wednesday and Thursday. That storm is making its way from the Rockies out toward the Plain States. Now, there are many areas here through the central and southern plains that are highlighted for a decent risk for severe weather later on tonight. Tornadoes are looking possible. That will likely continue tomorrow as the storm system makes its way east. Now, for New England, we're going to be keeping a close eye on the system as it approaches our area. It's mostly going to be blustery and rainy, though, and that's really all we're dealing with. So looking right now, we've got clear skies, high pressure in control, but tonight and tomorrow, high pressure moves off the coast. That means our wind direction will shift more out of the south and west for tomorrow. Scattered cloud cover starts coming in during the overnight. We'll have a lot of scattered high clouds around on Tuesday, mixing with sunshine. Cold, dry start, but temperatures return to the 40s by the afternoon. A much faster warm up despite seeing the cloud cover. That southwest breeze is key. Plus, all the cold air higher up in the atmosphere has moved out too. So tomorrow, seasonably mild temperatures, a little bit blustery throughout the day, but overall, I think a little bit nicer in terms of temperatures. 46 for an afternoon high after starting off again in the teens in the morning. Breezes will be out of the southwest, gusting occasionally 15 to 20 miles an hour. Wednesday, we have a 10 to 20 mile an hour breeze during the daytime out of the south. Now, Wednesday night, that's when our cold front comes in, and we could get some stronger gusts topping 30, 35 miles an hour. It's going to come in with some heavy rain. Then breezes will shift more out of the west as we continue into Thursday, and Friday we'll get more wind across the area. So gusty breezes out of the south as we head into Wednesday. Periods of rain, especially Wednesday night, could be briefly heavy. Then on Thursday, we're still a little bit mild, a little bit unsettled, and then that colder air is going to descend back into the area to end the week. So again, temperature roller coaster. As far as the wet weather, scattered showers to start things off on Wednesday. Then I think the best shot of a soaking rain will come after, say, 6 or 7 p.m. all the way out through Wednesday night. Then by Thursday morning, a couple of showers lingering, breezy, mild, followed by dry, colder air for Friday. Good soaking. Looks like we're going to pick up right around an inch with this system, with a rumble or two of thunder possible. Friday, we're back to blustery conditions with temperatures going from 50s on Thursday to 40 on Friday. Saturday and Sunday staying chilly too. Saturday more seasonable, but a little system could bring a rain or snow shower. Remember, this weekend we spring forward too, so Sunday night sunset is almost to 7 p.m. Next week we start off chilly, but another big warm up looks to be in the cards. Chris?
Janna, thanks.